what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Paul Match TV. What we gotta watch, what we gotta watch. Yeah, buddy, that's right. Get exposure right now. Holler at the homie Paul Mash, man, for Paul Mash TV. Hit up Paul Mash TV across all social media sites, alright? Who we got next? Got next.
Well, hello everybody. It's another edition of Paul Mash TV here. We're glad that you could join us. And if you like the show, don't forget to hit that subscribe button right there and hit the bell. And every time we get a new interview, you'll get a message and let you know so you can check it out. We hope that you'll do that for us. And don't forget about the comment section as well. And pay attention to the comment section because we have a link on how to vote for me for the ISSA Awards for Best Radio Station. It's not a radio station, but as close as we can come. And we also have, hats and t-shirts you can get. So there's links for that. So we hope that you take advantage of that. We also have Facebook. You can contact us, facebook.com/PaulMashTV. And you can inbox us and comment on the things you see and like the page, and we'd love to hear from you there. And you can use good old-fashioned email, paulmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And it's for fans as well as band or solo artists wanting to be on the show, and we'll talk to you about that. And we also have an official web address, and all that will be shown at the closing credits at the end of the show, so we hope you stay tuned for that. Right now, from Jasper, Indiana, we have the Hare Trigga. Very talented artist, just like all the artists we have here. And I think you're really going to like them, so we'll get to that in a minute. But first, here's another word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
All right, and it's interview time again, and with us from Jasper, Indiana, we have the Hare Trigga. Thanks for joining us, Hare Trigga.
Thank you for having me, Paul.
Well, no problem, and we're glad we got you on there. I guess we've been trying a couple of times to get you on the show, but I guess you've been busy, but I'm glad we got you here. Well, why don't you start by letting me know a little bit about how you became an artist yourself? I mean, have you always wanted to be an artist? Maybe you fell into it. Everybody has their own story, so let's hear your story.
I actually kind of started rapping by accident. I had somebody, diss me at a party, and I had heard about a week before that this guy disses everybody, kind of the same rhyme, but we'll use, maybe your name one time, maybe my name the other. And so I kind of already knew, and I just started putting some words together, and before I knew it, I had a standing ovation. And I kind of was like, oh, that's cool, And I like to do it for entertainment, but, throughout the years, I've just had more and more people say, hey, why don't you come out with an album? Why don't you, think seriously about doing music? So that's where I came up with that,
Okay, well, that's good. And of course, I heard your music. It's pretty good. And of course, everybody will find out in just a moment here. Well, why don't you tell us about some of the influences that was in your life as far as the mainstream artists? Do you have some that have influenced you in your songwriting?
Oh, definitely. I think Eminem, NF, a lot of them, more emotional type artists that have poured their heart and soul into it. That's the kind of artist I am. And being from Detroit myself originally, I definitely looked up to Eminem, there anyway, because he's real big out there and stuff. And even Kid Rock, he does more rock and roll, but he does some rapping too, and he's done music with like Eminem and D12 and all them too, so they're definitely some big influences. and ICP and Twisted too are big influences of mine.
Okay, yeah, Ken Rock and Eminem. It's the oldies but goodies that you really reflect on, I guess, on that. So those are pretty good. Well, why don't you talk a little bit about your music and where you could find it? I mean, I'm sure it's all streaming, but if you have any physical copies, maybe you could let us know about that as well.
Yeah, I do mostly streaming right now. I got an album coming out on the 15th called The Illusion, and it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be all over iTunes and Pandora and, you know, Spotify, YouTube. It's going to be everywhere. This is the first album that I've actually produced and put out on a mainstream format. So other than that, you know, I used to do a lot of underground stuff, but I don't have any physical copies of any of my underground stuff anymore. But I know you can find most of my underground stuff on reverbnation.com/the Hare Trigga.
Okay. Well, I'm sure everybody will, just kind of flock to your sites and get that music, I guess. So, and speaking of music, we're about to play a music video for you in just a couple moments here. Why don't you tell us about the song and if there's a story behind it?
Oh, Friday night. Yeah, I did that song with the Architect. He's a artist out of New York City, and he's pretty well known, pretty big name. And did a song with him a few years ago and never really put it out. So I thought, you know, this would be a good time to put it out on this album. And, you know, it's just a good rhyme, man. Just a good old-fashioned rap, you know. And I, like you said, you know, going back to like Eminem and Kid Rock, the goodies, the oldies, right? So I tried to kick it old school, as they say.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure everybody will love it, and it's also must be interesting to have your song playing on mainstream. I've talked to a couple of artists that have had the same experience, and they're pretty excited about that. I'm sure you are too.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Okay. Well, I guess we're getting ready to play that music video as promised because we're almost out of time, I think. But I want to thank you, Hare Trigga, for being on the show today. We'd love to have you back sometime if you ever want to come back and plug something else.
For sure. For sure. I'll definitely be back.
Okay. Well, here's the video by Hare Trigga right now, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
2013, man.
The drum kit.
North Korea 1, South Korea 1, better than my favorite son, and sweeter than a honey bun. If you're ready to get shot up with a minigun, the bullet storm will have you shredded to none. You could ask anyone, it gets off a kick, you need the strength for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Picture Woody Harrelson as a natural born killer, turn into an action figure. I'm a heavy hitter, Danny Floria's a babysitter. I don't give a shit about that bitch nigga, he couldn't get placed from a radio transmitter. I'm not a gas fitter, I'm a hunter like the Predator. We warriors put words together like a news editor. And while Christopher Creed's engagement ring is sucking off Danny Floria's thing, up and down on a box swing until he comes out like a rice string. Ingenious production is filled with homosexual erections. Their introduction, business seduction, lacks instructions. Danny Floria's lame and stereo, he should be called Danny P-Hole. Gabriel Daniel is homosexual life mates from Mexico. The Hare Trigga's back on another track, aggressive and attacking the whack with this lyrical pimp smack, leaving them so hysterical they're resorting back to smoking crack with no witness. Yo, I got bitches on my job too, the biggest ones that Corey douchebag, blue stash holder from 20 seconds before you even open the package. His boyfriend left his bird chest ass cause he carries too much baggage. The pistol that he's packing shoots BBs in his plastic ass, his jaw, his rings are so fake they got my face turning green cause I'm laughing so hard at this retard. Lord Art called me cause he knows I'm more loyal than fam. Smoking eat him, see you trying to eat it, means something follower than Danny's diaphragm. Like damn.
Trigga!